Video work is like you could really like sit there and like tell a story, you know? Cause that's the one thing I used to tell people when I used to take pictures. I want people to look at my pictures and I want them to see like a story. It's your boy Ghapo. I'm here with LY Talks.
All right, Ghapo. So being, you know, a photographer, a videographer, an editor, like I know that you play a lot of roles in the creative space. What's your personally favorite one?
Damn. Alright, you said my favorite one? Alright, so I'm not gonna lie. I fuck with editing, you feel me? Like, you get to sit there and you get to do like shit that you want, you know? And you don't got no one like well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say you don't got no one sitting there telling you what to do, but you kind of have like your basic knowledge and then you have the shit that, you know, you could do. So like, when you edit shit, that's like you doing your own little, like you putting your sauce on that. Like no one else could do what you could do, you feel me? So it's like, I feel like that and probably like directing.
And what was the first like piece of film or video or something that you edited that really made you realize like, oh yeah, I could have a lot of fun with this?
I'm not gonna last a couple of videos like that. Like,
Cause there had to be like because from what I see with editors, like in the beginning it could be a little bit tedious, you know, like, and obviously like you get caught up in kind of the annoyingness part of when you're just learning it. But once you kind of find your sauce, like it has to be like a moment in where you realize like, oh, okay, I got it now, you know?
It was probably, I don't know, it was probably, I shot this one video with K Charles, 1995, and we shot that shit in like 30 minutes, right? And we sat there and we edited it in like another 30 minutes, and it was done right there. And after I seen I did that, I was like, damn, yeah, I could really sit down and do this shit, like no problem. Like, it's really that easy. And ever since then, it was just like, I don't know, like I be looking at shit different. Like every year there's like a new wave of different type of editors, and the shit gets crazier and crazier. So it's like last year, it was like, I don't know, I was like worried about just doing my own vibe, you feel me? And this year I'm kind of like still like finding my little style in a sense, but it's like, I don't know, like I'm still trying to find like what's up with this shit? What's me, you know? Like, what's Ghapo? Because no one, I don't know, I've never heard someone say like, damn, Ghapo has like this kind of like style, you feel me? Everyone always telling me like, oh yeah, you do this shit, you do that shit. I want to kind of have like one thing that people know me for, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like that one thing that people know you for will ultimately come, you know? Like it's like you're building that, you're getting to that level, but as long as, you know, the creative process is just there and growing, then there's, like you said, at the end of the day, it's also good to kind of be seen as somebody who could be so versatile, because then you're not kind of put into like a box where they say, oh, I need this type of content. Okay, Ghapo can do only that. Like, you know, like because I've personally seen your work go from one side cinematic to a whole lot of EFX and like, you know, just like, you know, switched up different stuff. So it's like being able to go across from one side to the other. And where do you find like, you know, like what is it that gives like a tone for a project, you know?
What do you mean by that?
Like when do you allow the artist to be the one that really dictates for the most part, like this is the type of style you're kind of going towards, or do you like to have more of like, you know, kind of a set down
I don't know, like I feel like a lot of the artists that I work with, when it comes to like, I don't know, yeah, like I feel like a lot of the artists that I work with, we kind of have like a more like family relationship in a sense. Like I'm friends with a lot of the people that I work with, so it's like we can sit there and they have like their full like trust in me to do whatever I need to do, and I just tell them like, yo, I could do this, I could do that, and it's really just I'm waiting on them to say, okay, that sounds hard, go ahead, and then after that I just do what I need to do. But it's like, I don't know, even if an artist comes to me and they say, yo, I want it to be like this and that, I've had times where artists, like I prefer kind of when artists like want certain things and they come with a direction, because it kind of shows like, yo, like this nigga kind of cares about his shit. Like not many people care about their work. Some people just drop bread and they be like, yo, shoot my shit, and then they just want some edit. They don't care what it is. I promise you that you could give them caca, you could give them some hard shit, they won't know. But at the end of the day, it's like you can't do that, you feel me? You got to work with people that want to do like hard shit, that want to put out fue projects. Because I don't know, like me, I'm the type of person, like I don't want to be known for like, I don't know. I don't want like people to know Ghapo for the name. Like I want to be known for like the work, you know? Like I want people to look at my shit and feel some type of way like, damn, like I really enjoyed this. I would watch this again like more than 100 times, like on some shit. And I have people, like I have some friends that'll tell me like, yo, I watch your shit all the time. I'll be sitting there like, really? It's not that hard. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to do some hard shit, you know?
Yeah. Another thing though you spoke on is working with friends. Like I'm sure you know there's obviously the moments where it's going so smooth and you're enjoying that because you're allowing like you know the creative freedom. But how do you kind of manage the other side of working with friends, the not so pretty side?
I mean, it really sometimes it doesn't get to that, you know, because we have like most of the people I work with, like we really do have that relationship where it's like they can talk to me, I can talk to them, like yo, if I'm late on something, I could tell you that, and they'll be like, all right, or if yo they have something that they need me to do, I'll just be like, okay, I'll get that in, like it's not a problem. But as long as we're having that two-way connection, like we're good. But when it does get to that point, I mean, it kind of puts you like under like a bubble, you feel me? Like it's like pressure just sitting there, and it's like you kind of get nervous and you don't want to get like that because sometimes you fuck up on the project, you feel me? So it's like I try not to get to that point.
But it's tough. It's something easier said than done, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's those times where it's kind of just tipping there, and it's like as much as you try to pull it back, like it's the inevitable.
Yeah, but like I don't know. Like I said, I try not to let it get there, you know? I'm at a point in my life where like I like shit to be as smooth as possible. I tell everybody the same shit. Yo, like whatever is in your power that you know you can physically like touch and change, do that shit. If you have something that's not like in your power and you know like, yo, I can't do nothing about this shit, don't go sitting there stressing about it because it's not gonna help you. It's not gonna benefit you at the end of the day. All that shit gonna do is kill you. Like it's gonna just add stress to your life, make you worry more. Like me, I don't know. Like a couple months ago, I'll tell you, like I don't know. I was just stressed about everything. Like people was coming in with this bullshit, that bullshit. I'm working on this project. I gotta go shoot this nigga shit. I gotta go do this. I gotta do this for my family. And it's like all that shit coming to me at once. And like I don't know. Like I shut down. You feel me? And I told myself like, yo, like I ain't dealing with this shit no more. Cause bruh, you get to a point where you're listening to so much problems and you're going like you're dealing with so much shit that you don't want to do nothing at all. And it's like you don't ever want to get to that point because when you get to that point, it's like you really see you like that's where you put yourself like, damn, like I'm here. Like I'd never want to get to that. So it's like you kind of have to flip a switch in your head and you got to sit there and you gotta have to like think, you know, and talk to yourself and be like, yo, like check your like you got checked it, like check your shit more or less. And then from there, you just kind of have to grow and just let people like do what they do and you do what you need to do. At the end of the day, like you're the only person that can help yourself. You feel me? Nobody else can help you. You feel me? At the end of the day, you wake up, you do what you need to do, you go back to sleep, you do the same shit the next day, make sure you're doing like you vibing. And I don't know, like I'm trying to live a life where it's more or less like I'm going everything with the flow. Like I'd rather not deal with like clients that'll hit you up, right? And they'll say, yo, let's shoot on this day. And then you'll be like, okay. And then that day comes and then they flick. Or I'm not gonna sit there and go back and forth and be like, yo, where you at, this and that. Yo, you're not there the first 15 minutes, I'm out. That's it. Like, why you wasting my time? Other people might hit you with some shit. Oh, I don't like how this part of the video looks, this and that. Sometimes you'll get to points where you kind of have to sit there and you'll have to just listen. You feel me? And then just be like, okay. But like throughout life, I don't know. It's a lot going on, but you can't live like with everybody else's shit. You just got to pay attention to the shit you're doing, you know?
Yeah, you gotta stay focused.
Yeah.
Stay locked in, and it's tough because the same way you got a million things going on, everybody around you has a million things going on, and then where you start adding all of that together, it's a whole bunch of stuff. But being able to kind of like block everything out and keep that tunnel vision, especially when creating, like it's important at times, you know, because if not, you kind of just get lost in the sauce of trying to see what the next person is doing, or trying to see like, you know, what else is going good there, going bad there, like no matter what it is, you know, it's just like it's too much stuff kind of
And
overstimulated.
getting lost in the sauce is like a very important, like, I don't know, that's like a thing I try to like touch upon with a lot of people that I work with. Like, I have a lot of homies that edit too, and they'll come to me and I'll like help them. I'll try to teach them as much shit as I can, you know. I ain't have nobody teaching me that shit, so it's like if I could do that for them, and then they spread that on, that's their business. We can all have fun at the end of the day. We all making money, you know. But like, I'll have like homies come up to me and be like, "Yo, you seen this nigga video? Kid, I want my shit to look like that." I'll try editing at the crib, whatever, and it's not working. And I'm telling them like, "Yo, like, you can't do what that nigga doing. He's doing that because like that's his sauce. You can't steal his sauce. You know, you gotta make your own." And then they sitting there talking about like, "How do you do that?" Like, I don't know. I can't answer that question. I'm still trying to find my sauce. You know.
Yeah, and the thing is, a lot of people sometimes, because like you guys were saying before, like every year there's a new editing trend. Every year there's a new music trend. Every year there's just new trends. Like we're in a very trend type life, you know, like we load up our phone today. This is the style that's popping. Next week, it's a whole new style. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really, really just fast paced and getting caught up in it. So that's why like you'll see a lot of these editors or like just people who see waves going on try to take advantage of them because they know that shit in a couple months it's switching up. But when you're caught riding those waves, like you just kind of just become like that wave rider, you know, like you're like, you don't have, nobody's gonna look at you and be like, oh yeah, like you have that identity of being a good worker or being like, you know, being able to do XYZ. Like, nah, it's like yeah, you're cool, but I mean, yeah, everybody else is doing that same shit too.
That's
so
what I'm saying. You don't ever want to be that person that they come to and they be like, "Yo, you seen this nigga video? I want you to do it like just like that. don't do anything different." And you sitting there thinking like, "Damn, all right." You telling the person, "Yeah, I could do that," but in your mind is like, "No, I don't know how to do that." And it's like, that's the whole point of like making your own sauce and having people fuck with you for doing the shit that you do, you know? Because I'm not gonna lie, at first when I was shooting videos, it took a little while for people to be like, "Damn, like you doing some hard shit." And I can't sit there and complain and be like, "Damn, why doesn't nobody like my work?" I just gotta keep working and see where till somebody likes something, you know?
Facts. Speaking of that, what was the first video that you think you either shot or edited that made you realize you're gonna take this as your life, you know?
I shot this video for 12 K Charles and Tunde. It's called Jules. Yo, I used to work like a couple years ago. I used to work at a karate school, and one random day, it was like a Thursday or some shit. 12 hits me up and he goes, "Yo, what you doing today?" And I'm like, "Oh, I ain't doing shit." And then he's like, "All right, bet you gonna shoot this video for me, Casey, and Tunde later." And I'm thinking like, all right. I hang up the phone and I'm like, I ain't never shoot a video a day in my life. I've never picked up a camera to shoot a video a day in my life, you know? And it's like, I'm sitting there thinking like, damn, what I'm about to do. But at the time I was working with Intro. That's when I just started hanging around Intro. So every time them boys would shoot, like I'll go out and I'll just watch and I'll ask questions and I'll see like what to do, you know? And when the time came, I bought some equipment and then I just went. And then I shot the video. We shot the video, and then the next day, me and him sat down. We edited that shit, and after that, I was just like, damn, like I probably could do something with this. Cause like I told you, even the other video with KC, like sitting down like that, like enjoying the process of just seeing the work you're doing, and kind of just like, damn, like this looks hard, like. I've never done nothing like this in my life. Like, it's like, I don't know, it's like reaching a new level in a video game, you know? It's like, damn, I just unlocked like level 30. What was it gonna take for me to get to 50 to 100, you know? Like, you get excited when you do some shit like that. Every time I tap into some new shit, I'll call somebody and be like, "Yo, bro, you gotta hop on this shit right now, kid. You don't do it, kid, you gonna be grits." And it's like, it's all about like hopping on that new wave and then creating your own wave, you know? And it's like, I don't know. It's just from there. It's just I don't know. It's a lot, but after that time, I just felt like I don't know. Videos could have been. After that, I remember I dropped like photography for a little bit, and then I was just shooting straight videos. And then after that, I told myself like, yeah, this photography shit. It's not. I'm not gonna say photography ain't it. The photography is the shit. Don't get that wrong. Like it's still for it. Video work is like you can really like sit there and like tell a story, you know? Cause that's the one thing I used to tell people when I used to take pictures. I want people to look at my pictures and I want them to see like a story. And I want people to tell me different shit every time they see the same picture. Someone might say, yo, this picture's like I see this. I might see that. But like when you're recording a video and you're actually like showing them the movie and they're sitting there and you see their reaction like, damn, like this shit's hard.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you feel like all bubbly inside. Like you want to do more.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself taking, like, you know, your videography in the next 5-10 years?
In all honesty, I really don't know. You feel me? And it's like I'm not really worried about it. That's the thing. It's like I'm kind of, like I said, I'm just kind of just moving with what I got right now. And as time comes, like I'm just kind of like telling myself like little shit will happen. And as time does go by, like shit does eventually happen, you know? And I'm gonna tell you, manifestation, that shit is like, it's real. Like it's some real shit. Yo, I went from saying some shit like, yo, I met a guy in New York, right? I've never known who this man was. A whole month later, someone hits me up, say, yo, this artist needs a videographer. You think you can work tonight? And then they tell me buddy name. I'm like, oh yeah, I seen Dog last month. We out. I see him, and then we interact, and it's like off of that we built a relationship. You feel me? And it's like doing that. I don't know. I told myself like, yeah, like after seeing him in New York, I told myself like, yo, I'm gonna work with that nigga again, because like he was a real like down to earth guy. I never heard any of his music till the day like I met him. His music was pretty good. I was like, damn, like this shit sound hard. I'll shoot a hard video for this nigga one day. And then like a whole month later, someone hits me up, says, yo, like he needs a videographer. It's crazy, you know? And it's like, I don't know, right now I have this thing in my crib, and it's a wall full of sticky notes. And basically like I have shit written down on each sticky note. So some of them are in different colors. So like the red shit is like the things that I have in red are like what I want to accomplish for myself, like as me, you feel me, as a person. What I have in blue might be shit that I want to learn for like video work or photography, and then shit for that I have in green is just random shit. And then I have like a list of names on there, and low key like I have a couple names that I already crossed off now that I started writing now from this year. So it's like I see that shit's happening. I see that list is just getting smaller and smaller. So it's like all that, I don't know. It's just like a lot of good energy coming in the air, you know? And it's like, I'm just trying to keep that shit flowing.
Hell yeah, shit. That's what it's about. And what are some of like your favorite projects that you felt as though like you built chemistry or like a relationship with the artist that made the process so much smoother?
I mean, I'll be real with you. Like the one person that I work with a lot is well, it's two people actually, Based and K Charles. You know, Based, I've known Based since goddamn first grade. You know, that's my nigga. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be even doing photography or videography. None of that shit. Yo, that nigga. One day we was in school, we was at Miami-Dade, and he was like, bruh, I need a photographer, da 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 da. And I was like, yo, I got a camera at the crib. I can take your pictures. What's up? I ain't know nothing crazy about no photography, but I knew like my old boy was a photographer. He taught me a little razzle dazzle, so I was like, fuck it, maybe I could do this too. So over time, we just started shooting. We just like every other day, we was just like, fuck it, let's go do some shit. And I started giving him ideas, and then he's giving me ideas. And then from there, it just kept growing until the point where like I'm here right now. Like if it really wasn't for him, I wouldn't be sitting here right now doing the shit that I'm doing. No cap. Like it takes a lot for a person to really like take someone along and be like, yo, like I want you to do this with me and grow with that person. You feel me? Him working with K Charles. Fucking there's times where me and K Charles will record like for unfinished, right? And that video, we shot that video over the process of like 2 months. Yo, Casey doing shows in Orlando, open up shows in Orlando, doing shows at Rolling Loud, fucking running around, do whatever he's doing, you feel me? And I'm just recording that shit. And I remember Casey told me, he was like, yo, I don't want no clean cut, nothing. Just do the shit you do. Just shoot everything on a VHS, that's it. And I'm like, you sure? Like I asked him, I was like, are you sure? Like, that's what you want? And he's like, bro, that's what you know how to do. Do that. So over the process of 2 months, that's all we were doing, like just shooting. And I was like, yo, when you want the video edited? He said, bruh, after I do this performance Rolling Loud, start cutting that shit up. And I remember I came up with like a first draft and I sent it to him. And he told me, he was like, yo, this shit is ass, homie. Like, he told me straight up. And I was like, and I knew it low key when I sent it to him, like, I knew it was dick hair, you know? Like, nah, G shit. When I sent it to him, I knew it was ass. You feel me?
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, this ain't it. Like, this is not it. This ain't Ghapo. What you doing? And then one day he pulled up on me, it was him and Cliff, and we sat there the whole day. We just edited that shit. And we were really sitting down watching like all the shit we were doing over the last 2 months. And it's crazy like how much shit you could capture in the matter of 2 months. In the matter of one day, you can imagine, you feel me? So, bruh, so like, I don't know, like after that experience, I don't know, those two were really like the niggas that really put me in the position that I'm in right now, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, so now that you got to go back on memory lane a little bit, you know, what's that one piece of advice you'd give yourself the day before you started this whole game?
I would tell myself to like sit down and really like just sit down for like a month on YouTube and just go crazy. Don't do nothing. Just watch videos all day long. I promise you. YouTube, don't let nobody like tell you wrong. YouTube will get you right. Yo, you could become a fucking doctor on YouTube if you want to, for all I care. Bruh, this shit is like it's the easiest way. There's no other way, and it's free. Like, there's nothing else like you could do. I used to back in the day, I used to sit down and be like, damn, like how would this person do this? How would this person do that? I never asked nobody no questions. I'm just sitting there looking lost. No asking nothing. Now, yo, if I need something, I'll just go to YouTube. Yo, how do you do this? How do you do that? Someone's gonna have the answer for you. But nah, I'll tell myself for real though, just to sit down and really think about like what you want to do, you know, in the sense of when it comes to photography or videography or just life in general, you know, just sit down and think everything through before you actually take action with things, you know, because I was the type of person where I would just like think about something, just do it right there. I wouldn't even think about anything. I'd just start doing shit, you know, and I wasn't getting the results I wanted. So now I kind of like sit down and I kind of plan things through and I get what I want. And sometimes I exceed what I think I was about to get, you know? So just sit down and kind of like just talk to yourself and just plan things out.
You have any local artists or people you've been working with over the last couple of years you want to give a shout out to?
Based, K Charles, Clutch, Tunde, let me see, K Money, who else? Damn, it's a couple people. Man, all the niggas that I be working with, man, y'all know who y'all is.
All right, then let's see. One last question, kind of to wrap up.
Alright.
Say one more piece of advice to somebody who wants to pick up a camera tomorrow but doesn't know where to start.
Don't let like the size of a camera like intimidate you. Don't think you got to get the fucking biggest camera in the world. You got to fucking, I need to get a red camera. Yo, none of that bullshit matters. It really doesn't. I shoot music videos off a fucking handy cam and it gets the job perfectly done. Don't worry about that. If you have an idea, take off with that shit. Just don't worry about everybody else shit. Worry about your own shit.
Well then, you know, thank you again, Ghapo, for coming out on LY Talks. Let the people know where they could, you know, follow you on Instagram and what they'll expect to see come soon.
Me on Instagram and Twitter at CM Ghapo. You feel me?